Just 2 packages. Rather simple week. Could have been better if a Blue Exorcist shipped a day earlier, because it's showing up tomorrow instead. Oh well. We make do with what we can, right? So for now, we just, I can't pull tab to open, not while I'm acting away, so we'll just pull it from the side. Slide all these DVDs out. What's the number in here? There we go. It's actually a pretty decent pile here. I'm going to actually turn it upside down to look through it, simply because we'll begin with the DVD that arrived on its own, which would be the DVD version of AKB0048 Season 1. There is a Season 2 now that I've marked this as watched and gotten to see anime relations. So, as usual, the DVD version has 3 discs. Next up, we have Digimon, the official 4th season. Does this mean all 4 seasons of Digimon? I have all 4 seasons of Digimon. Well, there's more than the 4, but I have the 4 mainly unreleased ones. And I think 5 is Digimon Data Squad, which came out on its own. Unfortunately, I haven't been watching them, so I'm a bit far behind in that regard. But, it looks like it's pretty similar to the previous complete season releases. Oh yeah, and I think after this there comes a complete seasons 1 through 4 set that has all 4 of these seasons. Or something like that. 8 discs. Total of 50 episodes. That's Digimon Season 4. Oh, it's a neat, simple little information booklet. Let's see. I bet there's a Blu-ray version of this in the pile. So next up is This Boy Cut a Merman. This looks a bit yaoi-ish. Shonenai, maybe, is the term? I don't know. Sometimes finding the right person is like searching for a single drop in the entire ocean. Well, I don't know what to think about it, since it's not like I'm picking and choosing based on what looks good. I'm buying it all. But I have to admit, I am a bit curious. So, let's see. Looks like it's a simple movie, because there's 1 Blu-ray and 1 DVD. So this one has a merman tail on it. That one does too. Pretty straightforward. Okay, that's interesting. They kind of squashed the graphic a bit there. I guess sometimes they do that. Next up, we've got Pokemon Black and White Rival Destinies Set 1. And I've been falling behind on my Pokemon watching again, which means that I probably could have done a lot of catching up, but oh well. Once again, the discs are relatively simple. We've got Bleach Set 18. And at this point, I'm pretty far behind on Bleach as well. I guess it's for the best, since I do get pretty annoyed at Bleach's tendency to kind of forget what it's doing in the middle of a arc and do something else. Let's do this one next. We've got the Patlabor TV series Blu-ray 2. Again, this is coming out on DVD and Blu-ray, and I have an older DVD copy, so I haven't been repurchasing the DVD version, but I have been getting the Blu-ray version since those are completely new. Chibi versions. Episodes 13 through 24. Wow, this thing's getting really annoying. Some tough plastic. There we go. 2 discs. And then finally we've got 2 volumes of the 2nd season of Last Exile, Fam the Silver Wing. And I'm not going to try and watch this until I think I've gone back and rewatched the original Last Exile, because it's just been long enough that I don't know how well I remember things. And I've been kind of wondering if I should give it a rewatch anyways. Man, what's with these plastic covers being stubborn today? Let's see. Interesting booklet, and we have here part 1. Alright. Wanted to make sure. Here's the insert. That's the part 2 container. And here, of course, is part 2 and its slip cover. I think I don't need the slip cover here, so I can put both of these in the same box they're in. If we do this, then we've got our parts 1 and parts 2. So we could probably take this pile here, divide it in half to give me a little bit more room to work with, maybe slightly more, just like that. And eventually, if it stops sliding, then I can take a peek here, and this should be DVD and Blu-ray. So I see DVD. I've been noticing a lot more of these falling out lately. We've got DVD, and then we've got Blu-ray. We've got Blu-ray. We can see it's an invertible cover. And that's part 1. Here's part 2. And we don't need that. DVD, Blu-ray, Blu-ray, another invertible cover, and I guess region A, since I have been looking at that. We got art of Last Exile here, which clearly has some Last Exile art, and that's pretty much it. Wonder if this is the way I really want to do it. Sometimes try and save these slips for no reason. Who knows? This is what it looks like all together in the set. So, there we go. Let's turn this one around. This week's anime DVD collection update. Now, as for stuff to watch, I'm going to grab this while I turn the camera back here. So obviously I didn't watch the DVD version of this that just arrived, but I did watch the Blu-ray version, and I don't know. I guess it's supposed to be another shoujo-esque anime, sort of along the lines of something like Kaleidostar, I guess, or something like that. Oh, girls with dream, and here they go after them. And it tried to have an interesting twist, but unfortunately, that twist... Well, and this is a story twist, not a series twist, i.e., the premise of the series has this twist where, oh, there's an entertainment ban. And so people who want to become idols can't, but they kind of want to go to the concerts and be entertained by them anyways. Some places only have partial entertainment bans, but the basic idea is, oh, they put on a concert and they have to fight while also doing idol dances. And I don't particularly see the appeal of an idol in and of itself, so that concept doesn't really enamor me. So basically, outside of that, the question becomes, what does the anime do with this premise that is kind of unusual but potentially interesting? Well, the problem with the anime is that it doesn't do anything with it. I mean, this is the first season, there could be a second season, but the problem is that it's this absurd thing that's there that's kind of hard to just take for granted because it kind of goes against human nature. It'd be like an anime where tasty food was banned. You could only have plain and unoriginal stuff. You couldn't have fancy flavors of oatmeal, just original flavor with no sugar or honey added. And that just doesn't make sense. It's like so completely against human nature that to believe that that could be possibly implemented on a galactic scale as opposed to, or even on a planetary scale as opposed to maybe just within an individual community, closely knit, similar beliefs, it just doesn't make any sense. And the anime doesn't really give you anything with which to say, okay, this may be a reason to believe, okay, it doesn't make any sense, but this is why things are. No oppressive government that is managing to take care of it. No people believe that the idols specifically are bad or anything like that. It's just, oh no, they're the bad guys. They're just a bunch of killjoys. You know, because of those killjoys that always make things not fun for you. It's like the stereotypical parent from a Disney kid adventure movie, I guess. The parents have to learn not to be such hard asses on their little kids, because the little kids and all their, oh, we want to have fun are always right, ignoring the fact that plenty of parents do want to have fun, and that common stereotype isn't applicable everywhere. Now, to be fair, not every single Disney movie implies it's applicable to everyone everywhere. But this anime is all about an entire universe where it's like, oh no, we don't like entertainment anymore. And I don't... It just doesn't make any sense. If it were maybe even hinted at that there was a massive war and a huge military complex building up, that would have been interesting. I think maybe somewhere around here it even says that it's from the creator of Macross and Escaflowne, whatever that means. And I know, thinking of Macross, there's definitely potentially interesting things you could have with a series with this premise, and maybe that's why I gave it a shot. Because if you're not familiar with Macross, it's basically humans against a completely militaristic alien force. And one of the things the humans had that the aliens didn't was these just casual forms of entertainment. The only problem is that, you know, if we're supposed to believe that something like the universe depicted here is supposed to be like that, it's not very convincing, because everybody's just too people-like, basically. Maybe if they suggested it was something like what happened in Macross, I don't know. So, I wasn't really disappointed because I wasn't necessarily expecting something good from it. I was just hoping it could surprise me. Like I said, now, all that aside, it just means it's a silly anime, not a bad anime. It's just hard to take serious because it seems to be... You can kind of feel like it feels kind of artificial, basically. And maybe for some people they find something else meaningful in it, but for me, yeah, I will give it anime credit where credit's due, but if you're going to tell me that humans act completely against human nature, I'm going to find it a bit silly, and if you base an entire anime on that, then I'm going to find the entire anime series silly. That's just the way it'll work. Yeah, other than that, the only other thing I watched, other than, of course, finishing Walking Dead Season 3, was, I think, 4 episodes of Yuri. And I think last week I was saying that I got the impression it was kind of about girls who were into other girls, and that's not exactly what the series is about. But since half the cast pretty much is that, usually girls into specific other girls, and there's just a lot of them, then it's kind of understandable why you get that impression from whatever few links and videos you stumble upon before actually seeing it. The humor in it is not exactly one that's tickling my funny bone. But unlike something like Arakawa Under the Bridge, it's not I don't feel like it's insulting my sensibilities either, so... Overall, I wouldn't say that I'm like super excited to watch more, but I'm entertained watching it. It's still a pretty cute thing to look at. Entertaining, at least in that respect, but the truth of the matter is it's interesting to see what the characters are going to do, if something will really tickle my fancy, because it's not that far off. It's just kind of not aligned with my personal preferences, and I can't really find anything to particularly fault it with, other than I think the blonde-haired girl is kind of a bitch. And I guess I say that under the point of view that she seems to be pushy, but there's characters like that all over the place, and it's not that big of a problem. And that said, there's a part of me that still wishes she could kiss that other girl she wants to kiss. But then again, the anime is already kind of borderline close to always about to do that, and that's kind of the entertaining thing about it, maybe. I don't know. So other than that, anime. Well, I did mention during the unboxing that Blue Exorcist Set 2, this would be with the dub, and this would be the DVD and the Blu-ray versions. They did ship, and they are supposed to arrive tomorrow, so they didn't make it here for today's update. But... let's see, other things. I think next week is supposed to be Sword Art Online, and that's maybe almost the end of the unexpected September stuff, except, of course, for the fact that Trigger, I think, is releasing Little Witch Academia Blu-ray. Well, their plan was this month. When this month? I don't know, but I can always hope that it'll arrive any random time now. Or rather, I can hope that I'll get the email saying it's shipped, so I know that it's shipped and I can expect it at some point. Although I guess excitement for that one is maybe not as high, since I have already seen it, as much as getting Little Witch Academia 2 whenever they finish that, which I think is in 2015, was it? I think so. But yeah, I think that's about it. Everything. The only other thing I can think of is finished getting teeth fillings in. I don't know if that means that money will free up. This is a particularly busy month in terms of costs, and I'm talking about in terms of anime. It's just like the new releases every week are just already up there, and my math for how much I would be spending on anime this month already suggested it'd be a bit more than the average for a month, and that wasn't even taking into account all the things that would be shipping from Right Stuff. So it's complicated, but not too bad. And Well, I guess I had maybe started this last week, but in terms of the watching this stuff, I should be off to a better start this week. I think last week maybe I mentioned that I had finally reached G rank in Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. Yeah, I don't move very fast in it. In fact, the friend I'm playing with, I'll probably get him into G rank. Probably not too slowly, actually. But it's kind of noteworthy because as soon as I reached G rank, because I'm helping friends, I wanted to make the G rank version of an armor I had, the Dianthus one, for anybody who's curious, and because it's a good one set for helping friends when you're already completely overpowered for everything. I could already single-handedly take on any of the high rank missions, period, single or multiplayer, other than those 2 urgent quests, I guess, or at least one of them in single player. So basically, to increase my chance of maybe doing that in high rank, I wanted to create the G rank version of the Dianthus, and that's when I discovered that, or rather discovered how to send ships out to get treasure, and that there were these things called fragments that I needed to collect, and I needed to collect long fragments from the Pirate's Tomb, which was turning out to be an all-week ordeal. I gave myself very little sleep last week, 4 hours of sleep a night, I think, and because I was so focused on that, I ended up not doing a lot of watching. I mean, there was focus on Walking Dead, as much as you could call that focusing, but basically I didn't start watching like AKB0048 until 2 nights ago when I finally finished the armor set, because it took forever for any long fragments to come in, and then all of a sudden 4 came in all at once. And the reason only 4 episodes of Yuri got watched, even though it was a week, is the same reason. Basically, I just had a lot of nights where I didn't watch any anime at all because I pushed myself until an exhaustion point, which is 6 in the morning. Because the set was always just one more collection away from being complete. I hate it when that happens. But now that set's complete, and I can, I'm playing a lot more relaxed, throwing anime on. I don't know what's going to be on next, but I'll put something on, so watching should be good. And I think that summarizes basically all the really strange things about the anime collecting and watching. So, y'all, have a nice week.